Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Most of my baseball card purchases are done through eBay, but occasionally I check out some other sources to pick up some cards. Recently, I visited Four Sharp Corners. They do put some of their cards on eBay for auction or buy it now, but sometimes if you go directly to their website, sometimes they run specials, and of course if you buy more than one card, they do combined shipping and so on. And so not too long ago, I went on there just to see what vintage cards they may have, and I found 4 cards, one of which I believe I showed off in my last video, which was the 1979 Topps Football Tony Dorsett. So I have 3 other cards that I picked up, just a random assortment of vintage cards featuring Hall of Famers. And then I have one other card to show off, which was an eBay purchase. So let's go take a look. All right, the first sort of random vintage pickup, and again, these are all for the PSA registry lists of cards featuring a Hall of Famer of a particular year. And the first one is the 1979 Topps Orioles team featuring Earl Weaver. Now again, he didn't go in as a player but a manager, but again, he's still a Hall of Famer. Picked up this nice PSA 8 copy, fairly well centered. Sometimes it's hard to find these team cards well centered. Now the back, if you have any of these 79 Topps team cards, you know that the left to right centering is almost always off. Sometimes worse than others. This isn't too bad. There is a little bit of card border there next to those black lines there, so it's good enough for me. Sometimes that black is really touching the side of the card, really off center, but this isn't too bad. Basically, again, for me, the priority is the front, so this is a very nice PSA 8 copy of the Orioles team card featuring Earl Weaver, Hall of Fame manager. I picked this one up for about 20 bucks. The next one is from 1977 Topps, and it's the 1976 home run leaders in a nice PSA 7. Nicely centered, again, not perfect, but hey, for me, these PSA 7s, especially in a 1977 Topps card, sometimes centering is an issue, so overall, very eye-appealing for me. Here is the back. Nice as well. To be honest with you, I never knew that Greg Nettles had a home run title to his name. 32 home runs in 1976 versus 38 home runs for Mike Schmidt. So there we have the 1977 Topps home run leaders from 1976 in a PSA 7. Next one is from 1973. It's the victory leaders in a nice PSA 7. This one featuring 2 Hall of Famers, Steve Carlton and Gaylord Perry. Always nice way to pick up if you're looking at vintage cards, especially Hall of Fame vintage cards. Some of these league leaders cards, again, that one there, the Schmidt Nettles, I want to say I picked up for like 15 bucks. This one cost me 13 bucks in a PSA 7. And again, featuring 2 Hall of Famers. And here's the back. Back's a little off center, but that's fine. 73s, you always seem to, at least for me, find cards that are well centered on the front, yet they're off center on the back, and it's usually left to right. So not sure about the printing process there and how these cards were laid out, but overall, I don't mind. So you see here, Steve Carlton had 27 wins in 1972, and Gaylord Perry tied with Wilbur Wood of the White Sox at 24 wins. So again, just nice little $13 pickup here for a nice PSA 7 of a 1973 card featuring 2 Hall of Famers. And finally, through my 100 cards for $100,000 project. I had a lot of Hank Aaron cards on that list, working slowly on a player run of his cards. And it was not too soon before I went to the Philadelphia card show in late 2022 that I realized I didn't have any Ernie Banks cards in my collection, and I was fortunate enough to pick up 2 nice copies of Ernie Banks cards at that Philadelphia show. Well, I've combined both Hank Aaron and Ernie Banks on one card. I saw this, and I can't remember what YouTube video I saw it on, who was showing it off, and it was some time ago, but I always remember I really like this card. It's a dual player card, so scratching off, a card of each player here in one shot. It's the 1963 Topps Power Plus featuring Ernie Banks and Hank Aaron. Picked this up in, to me, nice PSA 4. Again, with these 63, with these dual player cards, you have a nice solid border down at the bottom, and for the most part, it's intact. The corner down, the bottom right there, right hand corner, it's dinged a little bit, but hey, again, I'm looking at low to mid grade cards here for some of these, and because it was a 4, it fit into my price range. So overall, I think that is a sharp looking card. Fairly nicely centered, a little bit of maybe some surface issues, but again, the eye appeal for me is really, really nice. So really happy to pick up another card here, featuring 2 great Hall of Famers. And here is the back. Again, pretty nice, yeah, off center, sure, but again, it's pretty clean. And so very happy to pick up this dual Ernie Banks and Hank Aaron card from 1963. So there you have it, just a random pickup, just some stuff I saw on 4Shop Corners. Didn't break the bank, and that really nice Hank Aaron and Ernie Bank dual card from 1963. Would love to know what you thought of some of these random vintage cards that I added to my collection. With that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.